The whiteboard application in Microsoft Teams meetings and classrooms just got better. As usual, you have multiple colored pens and an eraser to help you draw out information with your meeting or classroom participants. You can also add text boxes that allow you to add typed text to the whiteboard, as well as sticky notes. Move them to your desired position on the whiteboard by selecting them and dragging them. Delete the text box or sticky note using the garbage can. Select Open an App to access some of the new features of the Microsoft Whiteboard. The whiteboard will open outside of Teams. However, the participants of the meeting or classroom can still view any updates that you're making to the whiteboard from within the virtual meeting or classroom space. When these participants add content to the whiteboard with you from the virtual space, you will see it in the application. You can disable a participant's ability to edit the whiteboard with you by selecting View Roster and using this icon to change your user's permission. You can also select the ellipsis to remove the participant from the whiteboard. The toolbar allows you to access the draw or ink features of the whiteboard, but you can also add text by selecting this icon and adding a note using this icon. Now that we have entered the full whiteboard application, we can also insert an image that's saved to our device or from the internet or a camera that we've connected to our computer. You also have the option to insert other items such as a grid of notes, a list outline, a PDF, PowerPoint, or Word document. This icon will also allow you to insert templates for brainstorming sessions, SWOT analysis, problem-solving templates, weekly planner outlines, and so much more. These arrow icons will allow you to undo or redo content that's being added and removed from the whiteboard. Let's begin our whiteboard session by looking at ways we can customize the whiteboard. Open the menu settings using this icon. To customize the whiteboard space for building, access Format Background. This will allow you to change the whiteboard color as well as add any lines, grid, dots, or specialty grids to the whiteboard to make drawing items out easier. Choose Toolbar Location to customize where the toolbar will appear for you on your screen while using the whiteboard. Let's add some content to our whiteboard, so we'll select the Draw icon to access the additional pens and drawing tools, such as a highlighter, a ruler, and a lasso selection tool. The lasso tool makes moving and deleting added content easier. Let's look at some other menu settings. If you're using an electronic pen and do not have a touchscreen device, use this toggle to enable an active pen. You can leave this toggle disabled if you have a touchscreen. Ink to Shape means you can draw a common shape on the whiteboard and the application will automatically smooth out the lines of the shape for you. You can also have the application help you create a table by starting with a simple rectangle. Now add some dividing lines to create the table. Get out of draw mode and click and drag the lines to resize the columns and rows if you need to. Object snapping is going to help you align your content once it's added to the whiteboard by providing a visual indicator as you select and move items. Once you've added content to the whiteboard, you can use the lasso to select it and access some item options. If it's handwritten content, you can access options such as ink beautification, which can help make your handwritten notes more legible. Ink color picker to change the color of the ink that you used. Copy to be able to replicate and paste the content. Delete to remove the added content. or choose the ellipsis to access the cut and alt text options. If this is typed text, you can access options such as Edit Text, Text Color Picker, and Delete. You can also react with a like to the content that's added to the whiteboard. All liked reactions will be tallied. This is a helpful tool if you'd like participants to cast a vote on content added to the whiteboard. The inserted photo content shares a lot of these options, but you can also lock the image on the whiteboard so they cannot be altered or moved. This is helpful if you have a company or school logo that you'd like to permanently place on that whiteboard. If you need to pan or move the whiteboard around, make sure you're not on the Draw tool before trying to move the whiteboard. You can export a completed whiteboard as a PNG or SVG vector file if you needed a higher quality image. This is helpful because once the meeting or class is concluded, the whiteboard is still operable when the virtual session has concluded. You can select Post in Teams when the whiteboard is completed. A list of the Teams workspaces you're a part of will appear. Choose the team and channel you'd like the whiteboard to appear in. You can also email yourself a copy of the whiteboard by choosing Send Email Summary. If you are concerned about the visibility and accessibility of your content, you can highlight the item on the whiteboard using the lasso tool and select Accessibility Checker. If an entry poses an accessibility issue, you have the option of writing a description on the item. If at any point you'd like to clear the whiteboard canvas, you will use this option. Lastly, use this arrow icon to access previous whiteboard sessions you have been a part of or to begin a brand new whiteboard session. As Microsoft continues to bring you new and innovative workplace solutions, we will continue to highlight these amazing applications for you, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.